Dobar dan. Danas vas likom vodim u Izrael, u Tel Aviv, sa namerom da vas upoznam sa likom i delom jednog sjajnog učitelja joge, Dilana Wernera.
My name is Werner. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm originally from California. I started yoga in 2000, but I really didn't get serious with yoga until about 2009. And I've been an international teacher. I've taught in around 60 countries or so, probably more than 700 workshops worldwide. And I lead trainings now every year and live in Bali. So the breath is something that we often overlook. We know the importance of being healthy, and this is usually down to our sleep, our diet, our emotional well-being. But rarely do we ever talk about how the breath is effective, and you think of the one thing that you do consistently more than anything else is breathe. I mean, of course the heart is beating and everything, but the breath is what's fueling that. The breath is completely interconnected through both our emotional system, through the nervous system, our autonomic nervous system, sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, which also controls most of our faculties and blood pressure, heart rate, mood. There's almost not a thing in the body that isn't in some way directly reflected by the breath. And so understanding how to use the breath, how to either use it to increase energy, relax, to help heal the body, to help go to sleep. Whenever you're practicing, whether it's a vinyasa class or ashtanga or stretching, or fitness, yeah, especially in fitness, you want to keep the breath slow and relaxed. One of the things in fitness that I always do, and also yoga, is I always practice breathing through my nose. So whatever, even if I'm running or doing high intensity workouts, I still breathe through my nose. There's a lot of important reasons for that. One, the nose is meant to humidify the air, and so the lungs like warm, moist air, so the nose does that. And another big importance that the nose has is we create nitric oxide, which is a neurotransmitter that is produced in our paranasal sinuses. It's produced in all of our epithelial cells, but we get a lot more of it in our nose. And when we breathe this in, it absorbs into our bloodstream and it helps to increase the amount of oxygen that goes into our cells. First of all, I think this idea of I don't have time to do something means that I don't want to do something, because whatever we want to do, we tend to make time for it. So if it's a priority, then we make the time. If you only are going to prioritize 20 minutes towards your health, then I don't know, why prioritize any time towards your health? There's a really great saying that I like, which is either spend the time to be healthy now or spend the time to be sick later. And if 20 minutes is what you have, I think taking care of your mental health is important first, so meditation and breathing. But also it's really hard to feel good about yourself if you don't feel good about your body. And so the one kind of goes with the other. I think the most important thing that you do when it comes to any kind of fitness is you're doing something that you enjoy and that you love. There's a balance between strength and flexibility. I think you need a bit of both, but of course it always depends on what your movement goals are. If your goals are to look really good in a t-shirt, then you probably don't need to worry about flexibility so much. Just work on getting big muscles. If you want to be able to move, then there's definitely a balance between the flexibility and the strength part. So for me, it just depends on what my goals are. I like to do a lot of handstands and arm balances, so you need a lot of flexibility to come into a lot of these shapes, and you also need a lot of strength to support it. So equal.
Put my fingertips at the end, my heels at the other end. What I want to do is keep my shoulders directly above my wrist the whole time. So what I see a lot of handstand entries is when you come back, the feet are farther back here, and the entry starts from here. So then when you jump up, you're using all this rocking momentum to get you up, which is why people do that. You get more momentum coming up. And then the jump from here is a little bend in the knees and a hop off the toes. I only need to bring my butt from here to here. It's not a really far distance. And when I come up, I push straight up into my handstand. Come back down, feet come down in the same spot. I'm looking at the same spot the whole time, which for me is just slightly behind my hands.
I think you will be a better person doing a handstand. It's not because doing handstands makes you a better person, but when we do handstands, it's a lot of patience, it's a lot of practice, a lot of perseverance. You have to fall 1,000 times to like have one successful one, or to kind of reach that next level in your practice. So the more time that you spend struggling at anything, whether it's handstands, whatever, the more fortitude you have as a person, the more strength and resilience you have as a person. So
struggle is the place from where we grow.
Struggle is the place from where we grow, definitely.